Hello, guys and gals. Me, Mutahar, and today I wanted to talk about something I saw in the morning, and I figured I might as well, if I have to see it, you have to see it as well. Now, I'm pretty sure a lot of your other favorite channels have probably covered this. I'm sure Pyro's covered this. I'm sure Charlie has covered this. I'm sure, a bunch of the political channels have covered this. I'm pretty sure cooking channels have covered this, because today's story involves the goddamn Dalai Lama. Now, I'm going to read a headline to you real quick. Dalai Lama apologizes after video asking child to suck his tongue sparks outcry. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to be real with you. I'm okay with a lot of cultures, okay? I really think cultures are great. We should learn from a lot of people. But I think any culture where you're asking kiddos to suckle on your tongue should not be a culture that should be respected in the modern time. Now, of course, I want to just basically cover this because I've seen people defend this behavior online like, oh, but Muda, this is a Tibetan greeting. It's true. If you go back to 97, you can read from places like the LA Times. Nowadays, when Tibetans meet, they briefly extend their tongues as a greeting. So, like one of these, right? Like that's a greeting? At no point was any greeting supposed to go into like a tongue suckling. The last time I suckled a tongue was my wife's, okay? Not a kid. And anytime you get a kid involved into it, that's fucking gross. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, if your culture is okay with that, the culture is wrong. If all of a sudden a culture said, hey guys, eating human beings, that's just part of the culture, it is the culture that is wrong, okay? And it's a culture that absolutely shouldn't be part of the modern world. Now, if you're like, but Muda, how can you say that? I just did, okay? And if you want to think that's a hot take, then feel free to, you can leave the channel right now, okay? You can walk into the grand expanse. Now, if you're anybody that defends this behavior, like the Dalai Lama asking a young boy to suck tongues, then you should absolutely, in my opinion, be flagged by the FBI or any state agency and be absolutely subject to state surveillance and your drive scanned, because you, my friend, are a weirdo, and you are absolutely somebody that I don't want to be around. Now, of course, ladies and gentlemen, because of this tongue-sucking situation, it sparked some outcry. Now, I'm going to be real with you. Apology videos and tweets make sense, but usually when it's this egregious, I'm almost wondering how this even happened to begin with. How is the Dalai Lama so open about this activity that he chooses to go out of his way and just ask it? Now, it's one thing if you get a hug, kiss on the cheek, but then like tongue sucking, like that's straight up wrong. That's illegal. There should have been so many people that have stepped in and told him, brother, this is wrong, okay? But of course, ladies and gentlemen, I guess there are some commonalities in religious circles and high members, but I'm not going to go that far. So of course, the Dalai Lama apologizes. A video clip has been circulating that shows a recent meeting when a young boy asked His Holiness, the Dalai Lama, if he could give him a hug. Yeah, it's a hug, His Holiness wishes to apologize to the boy and his family, as well as many friends across the world, for the hurt his words may have caused. Not so much the words, but the actions that you're going into post those words. Because I feel like if the kid had granted clearance, I don't know, it could have. Why would you even say something if you're not willing to act on it? Anyways, His Holiness often teases people he meets in an innocent and playful way. I'll be real, if I go out into Toronto and I go to the street and I ask somebody for a hug, then I'm like, hey, can I suck on your tongue? I'm gonna be in a drunk tank for the rest of the night. Deservedly. Even in public and before cameras. He regrets the incident. I almost feel like the dude just regrets that he got caught and it blew up anyways. Because the situation happened, from what I understand, back in February. And I feel like the apology, if you were really sympathetic and apologetic about it, you would have apologized back then for your dumbass behavior. Not all of a sudden now. But of course, ladies and gentlemen, to people defending this kind of behavior, I really don't want to live in a world where shit like this is normalized, okay? Anytime you involve children on the internet and you get really close and physical like this with them, you should be behind bars. You know what I mean? Like, you should absolutely be serving some goddamn time. And if you think that's too much of a take, you think that's too heavy, oh, Muda, you're getting too crazy these days. No, this is not a time for fence-sitting and charitability and any of that bullshit. If you defend this kind of behavior, if you think this behavior is okay, you clearly don't understand Tibetan culture, you clearly don't understand culture, you clearly don't understand how it is to be a civilized adult in the modern century, okay? The people that defend this are very easily identified as sick fucks, okay? If you defend this, you're a sick, sussy individual out there. And the Dalai Lama is a weird, weird dude, let me tell you. But ladies and gentlemen, whenever it came to religious figures of high importance, I've always looked at them pretty suspiciously. That said, though, ladies and gentlemen, wild shit. Did not expect to see that today. I honestly thought this shit was AI generated. Sadly, I was mistaken. Anyways, I'm out.